Good morning, YouTube. Welcome in. Today we got another beautiful build for you. Today we're building a beautiful system for the 7th Sleeper. If you don't know who he is, we're gonna drop a couple clips right here of him dominating over in the Warzone space. Make sure to hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Make sure to hit that sub button if you haven't already. Remember, we build the systems live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Stince, and we hope to see you soon. But let's go over and get started on Sleeper's build, and I will see you guys over there at the build station. And look at that. Woo, Sleeper. What do we think, Sleeper? What are you thinking, Sleeper? What are you thinking?
Case sounds like great. Let me get you a side panel angle of it, all right? Give me a second here. You wanted to see it. There it is. Oh, can you see something that's on the side of that? Sheesh. Very subtle, but very nice. Yeah, it came out really good. Yeah, so pretty much we can begin to do a lot with these cases, like either whether it's vinyl or printing. So this is actually a frosted vinyl on the inside of the glass. I think it's what we did on this one, and then obviously the front is a print, directly printed to the case. Yeah, so custom cases, it's something we just add now to our options here at Stince build. So it's really cool. So really clean, really subtle. Let me give you a front close up too of the case, because the case just does look super nice. There it is. Got that logo right there. All right, guys, let's go top down. Let's get this beautiful Z790 Tomahawk board out. One of our favorite boards, the C790 Tomahawk, one of the best bang for bucks on the market right now. Coming from MSi. There we go, looking great. Is the i5 top core? You're talking about like the 13600K? 13600K for gaming? All right, so people, let's talk about this. There's a reason why we put, and we'll talk about it really quick. There's a reason why we put the 13600K in a bunch of our signature series systems and some of our lower end optimized systems. The 13600K is literally a glorified 12900K i9. It competes with it. It goes toe to toe with a 12900K and an i5. The i5 13600K is one of the best value CPUs on the market right now for gaming, even for gaming and streaming. We have people who are gaming and streaming Tarkov on that CPU. Absolutely killer, 100% recommend. Pair with DDR5, 6400 megahertz, like the rare I'm putting in today's system, it is absolutely killer. All right, 13900K is a CPU for today, chat. Got it all opened up. 13900K, dropping it down in. Looking good. Latch it all down. Our CPU is in. Next, we're working on our NVMe drive. Today we have the Kingston KC3000 Enterprise Grade NVMe SSD. This is a Gen 4. Runs about 7,000 megabytes per second. Fantastic drive. Here we go, NVMe drive from Kingston, the KC3000. Down and in, good to go. Next is gonna be our RAM chat, and then we're gonna work on getting the motherboard into the case. So RAM today, 6400 megahertz DDR5. Fantastic RAM, super stable, really fast. The timings on this, with the kit that it is, the CL32, you can really dial on those timings. Logan loves this RAM, Sleeper. He'll be dialing these timings on this RAM. He loves this RAM. Beautiful Fury Renegade. Sleeper, do you want all the RGB to be set to like your kind of like your blue color? By the way, you got it, 100%. Hey, everything in the motherboard is set. 13900K. We got our KC3000 NVMe drive underneath here. It's our Gen 4 NVMe drive. And then we have 6400 megahertz of DDR5, 32 gigs here, all put on the beautiful MSi Z790 Tomahawk Wi-Fi. Let's slide this aside as we get the case over here into the prime picture. Let you guys see this nice and close. We've already got it kind of out, so you guys have seen that. We had to get some more cables out of here. Get our motherboard screws. Case is all opened up. We had it pretty much ready to go because we had to get the print done, so we had to take it out of the box, get it printed. So we're gonna go top down. Get this beautiful Tomahawk board inside this case. I always think the Tomahawk board looks really good in the NZXT H7 because the aesthetic, the design looks really good. Which ITX cases do you recommend? If you're gonna go like a 4090, you need a good size case. So we've been putting a lot of them into the new, I think it's AL200 from D-True and the 201 from Asus. You can fit either an ITX or obviously a full ATX board in there, but they're really small. All right. Motherboard is all secure, guys. Let me give you a front close-up of that beautiful board inside this case. Today's fans, we have the SC120s coming in from Deepcool. These are gonna be our fans all the way across the board for today's build. Kevlar, since for someone planning on building a rig this year, would you recommend waiting for the 14th gen, since the socket will be different, or do you think 14th gen compatible motherboard will be able to support? They're saying that it's not going to be supporting, but at the same time, guys, so you know how every 2 to 3 generations, Intel always has a mess up, shall we say. I think preliminary thinking is that the 14th gen might not be as good as people think. That makes sense, if that makes sense. Because every couple of years, every couple of generations, 11th gen, there's always a mishap, you know? So they're thinking that 14th gen could be, meh, especially if it's a new socket, you know? So we'll see. That's just my thought process. A lot of us in our space are thinking that this could be lackluster, you know? There we go, all the screws are in. There's our beautiful fans. I'm gonna zip tie this to a couple of the edges here, clean them up a little bit. All right, fans are all in, chat, looking good. There we go. There's beautiful FCs in the front. All right, let's get the USB 3.0 in. What's next? All right, chat's putting the USB 3.0 and the Type-C in. So we're working on these front panel cables really quick. Do all 3 of those fans run off the one connector? They do, yes, they do. They do. The FC fans run off their own proprietary connection, which is, I think I've mentioned it before on the channel, if we have a video of it or not. But they're awesome, they're really cool. All right guys, all of our front panel connections are in. Next we're gonna work on our rear fan, and then we're gonna move on to our power supply already. Then we're gonna move on to the cooler. Power supply today, guys. 1200 watts, ATX 3.0, PCIe 5, good to go. All right, 12 volt high power today. We'll need our 24 pin main motherboard. We will need a CPU 1, CPU 2, and then we'll need a SATA power hub. All the other cables right here are gonna go back in the little pouch, back to sleeper, as well as the power cable. There she is, ThermalTake GF3, 1200 watt. All right, next, first we're gonna be our 24 pin main motherboard. All right, let's get this in. Oh, it's in, there we go. 24 pins in. All right, next is gonna be our CPU. There we go, chat. All right, cable manager's looking good in the back. There we go, chat. Let me get working on the cooler. Next up is the cooler. We get the rest of this pump screwed in, chat. Then we're gonna move on to mounting the rad. All right, before we get started on this, we have to run the RGB cable. Where are you hiding? There it is. Back into the top of the fans to complete the RGB circuit. And then we are going to mount this rad, which is cutting into my hands. There we go. All right, awesome. They have their new flow cases are really nice, actually. We're building in a couple of them. We built in the new H5 flow RGB, and we just built another one in the H7 flow RGB. And we're probably gonna move a lot of our customers in the H7 flow RGB just because it has 3 140s. So instead of charging $45 more for a pack of fans, it's like $30 more for the case that has 140 RGB fans already included that are PWM. It's gonna be a pretty good value. So shout out to NZXT for that. Noticing that it had an issue, not really an issue, but like something they could correct to make better, and they did. So shout out to them for that. There we go. Oh, this looks so good with the cable manager in the back. Snip this. All right, chat. Only left is just the screws for the rad. They're onto the GPU. All right, all those are in. She's all done outside the GPU, chat. You guys ready for the GPU? Here's the back. Oh, the cable's nice and managed. Like Sleeper's talking about. Let's get this beautiful, beautiful GPU out, chat. Today's GPU is the 13900 Suprim from MSi. There she is, looking pretty. There is the monster that is the Suprim X. As a beauty. All right, in the box we go, because we shipped the card outside of it. In we go with the thunk. Get nice and lined up. There you go, chat, ready for the thunk? We gotta pause the music for this. Sorry, River. Pause the music, here we go, chat. For the thunk we go. Oh, that was a thunk, all right, let's go. There's got to be a GPU base. There's one in here. Yeah, there's one on the bottom of this box. Yep. I mean, you can set it up like right here and put it right there to help support it. Yep, it's in your box. You have to just set it up. It's a nice one. They give you a nice one with the Suprim. It's like one of these. Yeah, we don't ship it with the card in the case just because of, but we can give you a video if you know how to put it in. I think Sleeper knows how to put it in. We actually don't ship them with the cards in the case because of damage. We're worried about damage. Any of these high-end cards, no. They get pulled, they get packaged separately in the factory box. And then we send you a video on how to install it. That way you can make sure it's done correctly and there's no chance of damaging the card in transit. You see so many horror stories of people going to other builders that don't know how to ship their PCs right. So you make sure you ship it right and you get your PC nice and safely. There is the Sleeper PC. Not gonna look like much of a sleeper because that thing is gonna roar with frames. Oh, it's a joke. All right. Let me get our panel back on. I'm gonna say that custom panel, you know what I'm saying? Let's get the panel on and let's get ready to light it up. There it is, beautiful front panel for Sleeper. All right, let's go. Let's get this booted up. Exclamation point loaded up from Mr. Sleeper. Let's go.
Guys, thanks for coming in and liking another video here on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Make sure people find us and see all the beautiful PCs we build. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. Remember, we build these systems live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Stince. Come on over, hang out, chat it up with us, watch us build beautiful PCs for everybody in the community. And remember, let's go.